Welcome to the Business for London video on building online communities and Facebook groups. In this video, we'll talk about the importance of having an online presence. We'll discuss examples of online and offline communities, how to find the best online communities for your business, checking usage guidelines and ensuring that you stick to group rules, how to engage with others, the best ways to sell, and the importance of social proof, which are reviews. So it's no longer viable to have no online presence. When the online landscape exploded with applications such as social media, many people were saying, oh, it's okay, it'll go away. We don't need to get online, we don't need to be on social media. And within a year of saying that, they were all playing catch up. If you think about the digital transformation that the world has seen in recent years, we've moved from memos to emails. The iconic phone box is no more. We all now have mobile phones, and the mobile phones have everything on them. They have our calendars, they have cameras, they have our contacts. We don't have phone directories anymore. We now look everything up on Google and other search engines. Customers expect to find you online. This is where they're searching for products and services. And if you're not there, you're going to be missing out and losing business to your competition. Now, before we talk about online communities, I want to just talk a little bit about face-to-face. One of the best ways to connect, of course, with like-minded business owners, strategic partners and introducers is by meeting them face-to-face. Face-to-face networking is alive and well, even though to some extent much of it has gone online. There are still networking groups, however, like the Chamber of Commerce. Some are paid and some you can attend free of charge. Other networking groups include For Networking, BOB, which stands for Business Over Breakfast, BNI, which is Business Networking International, and the FSB, which is the Federation of Small Businesses. I've included links to all these organisations on this slide. Now, if you want to tap into some networking events, a good place to start is eventbrite.co.uk. Eventbrite.co.uk lists events by category and also by location. The best use of face-to-face networking is to look for strategic partners and introducers, rather than trying to find actual prospects who may buy from you. Strategic partners are businesses that you team up with to provide a more comprehensive range of services. A graphic designer may team up with a marketing company, and together they may build websites. One has the technical expertise and one has the design expertise. Introducers, on the other hand, are businesses that can easily refer work to you and vice versa. An accountant working with a limited company and working out their corporation tax may advise the directors to take out a pension, and this will provide tax relief. They may then refer the limited company directors to a financial advisor who can organise a pension. Likewise, a pension provider may be handling investments for an individual and may refer their client to the accountant to make sure they're being tax efficient. Strategic partners and introducers can be a great way to get business. Both parties can benefit enormously from these types of relationships. Now, online communities range from online networking in a similar way to face-to-face. They include social media channels, of course, as well. They also include communities such as Nextdoor and also Facebook groups. Nextdoor has become a very popular network for local people to find products and services. As a business, you can set up a business profile and you will find everyone from sole traders and larger businesses tapping into their local communities very successfully. We know an electrician who essentially gets daily recommendations on Nextdoor. They'll go to someone's home who'll complete some electrical work. They will go on to Nextdoor. They will say what a great job he did, how clean and tidy he was and how reasonable. And then other people on Nextdoor will reply and say, please can you come and give me a quote for some electrical work as well. For local businesses wanting to sell to local people, Nextdoor is a really good option. Now, one of the most powerful ways to find local business and other local businesses is to use Facebook groups. Examples could include community type groups, recommend type groups, and of course there are these shop local groups as well. As you can see on the screen, there's a screenshot of the Greenwich community. So let's go and have a look at some of the groups you could search for in your local area or in fact globally as well. This is Facebook, and of course all you need to do is type into the search bar at the top. If I search by London, I'm not going to select any of these, I'm just going to type London and press return. I can then refine my search by groups. And as you can see, there are many groups with the word London in. Things to do in London, London events, beautiful London, and so on. For those of you running businesses, of course, it's well worth thinking about joining something like this one. If I click on this one, I can find out a little bit more about the group. Firstly, by checking that there are some recent posts, I can check that it's still an active group. It tells me how many members there are, 19,000 members, which is great. If I look at the About section, it will give me some information. London Entrepreneurs Network, United Kingdom, is a supportive environment for entrepreneurs, startups and growing businesses, whether sole trader or larger. Across all our group, we have 20,000 members with a range of networking and learning opportunities for entrepreneurs and business owners in and around London and the UK. It's a public group so that everyone can see what they post. So that means potentially you could reach 19,000 people. Now, the reason I talk about reach here is because Facebook itself has very, very low reach. If you have a business page on Facebook, your reach will be somewhere between 2 to 10% of the people who have liked your page and have asked to see your content. The reason for this is that Facebook wants us to pay to reach people, whereas with groups, there's no issue with reach. So you could join this group, which I will. And when you join a group, they may ask you a few questions. It's asking me where I live. And so they're not allowing me to just instantly join this group. They're asking me a few questions to make sure that I meet the criteria to be a member. So it's asking me here to ask questions within the group, because people that ask questions gain the most out of the group. Absolutely, yes. What is your business about, please? I can put that in here. And it will also give me a set of rules. And it's important that when you agree to the rules that you check out what they are. I'm going to click I agree, be kind, courteous, and no lock profiles. No hate speech or bullying, no promotions or spam, and no posting to other groups. Okay, this is about building relationships actually. So it's not about me posting about my business and telling people that I've got a great offer on at the moment. They're asking me to respect everyone's privacy, no Forex, which is foreign exchange, or cryptocurrency, or get rich quick posts, no uninvited personal messages to members, no hidden profiles, and we're a United Kingdom group and here's why. And I ought to go on and read all of these in more detail. Once I'm clear about the rules, I will submit to join. It says my request is pending approval, which means that the administrators of the group will review my responses and decide whether they want me to become a member. So in this case, it requires admin approval to become a member of this group. Not all groups work like that. Some groups are open, and so if you click join, they will allow you to join straight away. But they may still ask you a set of questions asking you to agree to the group rules. Let's have a look at some of the other ones. I'm going to type in Greenwich this time. And again, I'm going to press return, and I'm going to refine by groups. And of course, you'll see some that say visit. That means I'm already a member. So let's have a look at this community group. 18, nearly 19,000 members. Again, if I want to check out what the rules are, I click over here. This one says free advertising for businesses, general information and posts by the residents of the Royal Borough of Greenwich. I can click on see more, no recent changes. I click see all. It will show me all the members, some of whom are friends of mine on Facebook. And if I go back to the feed, I will see all the recent posts. And this is very clear. There aren't many rules here. They're just saying that anyone who lives in the Borough of Greenwich can post here. Let's have a look at Bexley. Groups again. You can see how many groups there are. Some of them are by interest, by subject, and some are by location. I'm going to show you this one here, Bexley Heath BizLink. This one, again, I'm going to click on learn more here. It's a sister group to Bexley Heath News and Gossip. This one is dedicated to advertising and recommending local businesses in the London Borough of Bexley. Again, no bigotry, discrimination or hostility, please. So they're telling you what they won't tolerate. Here are the group rules from the admins down here. And again, it's really important to read all of this before you join a group. The worst thing that you can do is ignore all of this and post more than you're allowed to, or post the types of things that they've said aren't acceptable, and you annoy people. So as you can see, there are hundreds, in fact thousands, of Facebook groups that you can join with no limit to the number of people that you can reach within those groups. And it's a fantastic way to meet strategic partners, introducers, and of course get in front of prospects. Now think about your prospects and where they are most likely to be online. Are they business owners or are they consumers? If you're selling to other businesses, then you're going to want to use LinkedIn rather than something like Facebook. LinkedIn is a great place to build your network. Again, they have groups. You want to join relevant groups on LinkedIn where you can help people solve their problems. Many people join groups based on what they do. They look for groups where there are other business owners doing what they do. But the reality of that is they're not going to buy from you. Being part of a professional group with other players in your industry is a good idea, only from the point of view that you may pick up some great tips and hints and make sure that you're up to date with what's going on in your industry. The groups that you really want to join, though, in order to grow your business, are the ones where your prospects may be. If you can demonstrate your expertise in those groups and help prospects solve their problems and answer their questions, then you are more likely to be seen as credible and trustworthy. It's about nurturing, and what you'll find is by nurturing prospects, they are more likely to see you as the go-to person in your industry and then consider making an inquiry with you. If you're selling to consumers, then you're going to want to use platforms like Nextdoor, Facebook groups, posting on Instagram and X, which used to be called Twitter, and then using these platforms to connect with other users and share helpful content. Facebook groups, as I said, and other platforms like Nextdoor, they have very clear guidelines on use. Don't annoy people by breaking the rules, or worse still, get removed for being too salesy, because that's not going to do your reputation any good. Ideally, team up with other business owners and recommend each other, as long as you can confidently recommend those other business owners. It's far better to get a recommendation than to recommend yourself. Connect on other social media platforms like Instagram and X by searching for your location, and also see who your competitors are following, in other words, who they're connected to. When you're thinking about selling, think about how you can sell by being helpful rather than constantly promoting yourself. As I just said, help others by recommending their products and services, and they're more likely to recommend you. Demonstrate your expertise, show and tell people how you can help them solve their problems with your product or service. Engage with other people by liking and in particular sharing their posts. Liking just endorses a post, whereas sharing their posts would increase their reach because you're sharing it with other people. When people comment on your content and other people recommend you, remember to thank them. That's what you would do if you were meeting them face to face. Track what you do to see what works best and be very consistent. Keep your notifications switched on so that you don't miss any opportunity to answer a question or respond to an inquiry. Being part of the social media landscape, being part of the community when you're on platforms like Facebook, it's just as important as telling people what you do. Online communication is about building stronger relationships with customers and building new relationships with prospects. Now, social proof is one of the most important aspects of selling. Social proof is where people give you recommendations and reviews. Of course, people always believe that you're good at what you do if someone else says that you are. Ask for testimonials after providing products or services. Ask for people to give you the testimonials on groups. And of course, you want fantastic reviews on your Google business profile. People can actually review you on your Facebook page as well. And of course, there are recommendations on LinkedIn. With social proof that's provided online via other platforms, you have no input to what the customer says. And that makes it more authentic. A testimonial, on the other hand, is where somebody may send you a review by email, and you would copy and paste it and put it onto your website. Don't forget as well that if you have great service or you're really happy with the product that you've received, don't miss the opportunity to give social proof to the business that you've bought from. Online communication, as I just mentioned, is all about relationships. We want to build strong relationships with everybody that we come into contact with online. And remember that at the end of every single conversation, there are people involved. Just as you wouldn't ignore someone if they said something to you when you met them face to face, Please ensure that you respond when people make comments so that you can keep the conversation going and nurture prospects over time to see you as an expert and consider making a purchase from your business. Good luck with it. Thank you very much.